Greetings, folks. Well, look, it's official. There's a massive Irish revolution has begun in this country, and the 100,000 Irish people that marched the streets in Dublin on Saturday are now wide awake, and we see already the impact of 100,000 Irish people taken to the streets in protest of this government, what's after happening in the last few days. Firstly, we see our Minister for Education, Helen McEntee, who I believe her days are really numbered in this government. She has had to take a massive U-turn backtrack now because she wanted to get rid of the Catholic ethos in our schools and replace it with a more multi-denominational ethos approach in our schools. Did you ever hear such bullshit and nonsense? We're a Catholic country, and if you come in here and you want to be educated in this country, you attend our Catholic schools. In the story. Then we saw Norma Foley, then our Minister for Integration. She now is trying to cover up the names of the secret, mysterious companies who were awarded the asylum accommodation IPAS contracts. Now, I've done a lot of research into this, and I'll be exposing this as the weeks go on. But these mysterious companies have been facilitated, I believe, by government ministers, and a particular minister getting finder fees and setting up companies then, as trusts in countries like the Isle of Man, offshore accounts, Malta, Zurich, and the Bahamas and other countries. But when this will be revealed to the Irish people, they will actually be sick and disgusted. And out of public interest, we, the Irish taxpayers, have the right to know who are the mysterious companies behind this. What are Norma Foley and the Irish government hiding now? Then we see Simon Harris interviewed yesterday, I believe, by Gripped Media. And he was asked weeks ago, what was the name of the rapist who came into this country, who was allowed into this country, and what was the update? Why was he allowed in, and what is he gone back, or what's the story? And Simon Harris, our Taoiseach, couldn't give them a straight answer. Now, doesn't that look really bad for our second in command of the country not to be able to answer that question? And then we see fantastic work being done by our Minister for Justice, Jim O'Callaghan. Now, we need to give him a chance, because look at the mess that he has inherited from Helen McEntee when she was Minister for Justice. And he already now is bringing in urgent asylum laws to change the asylum laws in Ireland, and plus he's not ruling out detention centres either in this country. So look, he has a massive job and a massive portfolio, and we need to give him a chance, because I feel and I think he's doing great work in the last 3 months. But look, people now have said to me, Michelle, you're dead right about our children being abroad working in Australia. One particular mother, her only daughter, has gone off teaching in Australia, and she said her family is torn apart. Their lives are destroyed. She never envisaged her daughter would have to immigrate to Australia because of the Irish government failing them. So look, I have great ideas. We need now to bring back our Irish doctors, nurses and teachers. We need to incentivise for them to come back. So the government now need to put somebody in charge in a department to go out to Australia, meet these fantastic Irish young people, listen to them, but they need to be bringing a package deal out to Australia to them and say, look, we'll pay for your flights home, we'll give you tax breaks for the next 3 to 5 years, and they need to start building affordable homes and incentivising our Irish teachers and nurses and doctors back to this country, because Irish people now are sick of going into public service bodies and people inside the desks, and some of them, and they can't even speak English and communicate to Irish people. This is not good enough. We always prided ourselves in Ireland with our openness, our warmth and our welcome. And, you know, if one thing that Saturday taught me, we still have that in spades, and that's what made us a great country. That's why the Yanks loved to come to Ireland, and that was our key, our Céad Míle Fáilte. That was our key, you know, jewel in the crown and our biggest asset we had in this country. But what's happened in Killarney? Instead now, I have businesses contacting me. They're sick of their premises being pickpocketed in the streets. Killarney business people have done it to their own town. Kerry TDs, greedy TDs have done it to their own town in Killarney and Tralee. And, you know, people now, you know, I met loads of people from Killarney that came up to support the protest on Saturday, and they said they came up because they're disgusted with what's happened, the tourist capital of this country. We need to start draining the swamp and getting back our tourist industry in this country, and getting the pride back. But I am very confident now that the days are numbered for this government. When you see them rowing back now in the last 2 days, you know, the power of people together protesting, you know, is powerful. And a lot of people are saying to me now, Michelle, we need another protest, stronger, more than ever in 3 weeks' time, because a lot of people that couldn't make the last one will be attending the next one. But look, I, Michelle Keane, am keen on my country, and let's make Ireland great again. Gura Míle Maith Agaibh.